Hey, peace and blessings, family. I'm gonna try to do this little live real quick before I go to bed for the night. Um, so today has been incredible, 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 incredible. Um, I am excited, and I cannot go to bed without um, without making this video. So the picture you see on the screen. Hey, Yakiel, the picture you see on the screen. Sorry, family, is the Eden Cemetery, and that's where I was today. And it was pretty incredible. First of all, there's incredible people buried there. And so I just feel so honored that my ancestors are buried in a historically black cemetery with a lot of really awesome, progressive black folks. And I'll share some of them with you as I go along. But I'm just so just proud. I'm proud. I'm so proud to be a descendant of such great women and men that are buried in the Eden Cemetery. So this is where I was today. Let me just hit this like that. There I am there. And y'all should look up these things. This is a place that was established by some black men in 1902. And they had to really fight for this place, y'all, so that our ancestors can have a place to be buried at. Yeah. So it is also part of the National Underground Railroad network to freedom. And I think we got to keep visiting this whole concept of freedom um, because we know that there's a lot more to it. And I think we have to honor those ancestors that are there. So anyway, I do a lot of family history for my family, and I something is how you come into Eden. This is Mary Anderson. She is buried at Eden. It's her family's name. They're the priest. Richard Allen. That's where my great great grandmother, who was born in 1818, and her daughter, who was born like 1860 or something like that. That's where they're buried, along. Sorry, along with my uncle who died when he was 5.5 months. They're all buried together in the Richard Allen section. So when you go to this historical cemetery, it shows you where black folks are buried there, and it is so beautiful. And I'm so grateful that I know this history. So that's one place. Also, they also have a Harriet Tubman section of this place. They also have people who are buried there. This one I love is the generation of the Blanche, and they have a Sankofa bird in there. Okay, there's another place here, and look, they have an Indigra symbol as well. This person. I mean, the place is just simply incredible. So I embarked upon this journey. Also, I wanted to share this. This gentleman right here, Octavius Valentin Cato. This was a brother who was a scholar, was a leader in civil rights movement in the mid 1800s, who led efforts to register thousands of African Americans to vote. He worked tirelessly in the face of violence, and so you know, he was a member of various civic, literal, patriotic, and political groups, including the Franklin Institute and the League, the Union League. Um, he also um, uh, he also was headmaster at the Institute for Colored Youth, later named the Cheney University. So this man worked in Cheney University before it was Cheney University. He's buried at Eton, y'all. But this is the part I'm gonna say I want you to listen to. He also served in the National Guard as a major in the Union Army during the Civil War. This man fought in the Civil War. He's buried at Eton Cemetery. But he was assassinated on Election Day, October the 10th, 1871, in front of a polling place on the 700 block of South Street in South Philadelphia. So we are in this time of voting. And here is one of our ancestors, this brother here. Not only did he do all this incredible stuff, but he also fought in the Civil War and he fought tirelessly to get us registered so we can change, be in control of our own lives. And he was assassinated on Election Day, October the 10th, 1871. So, family, we have such proud history, like to be proud of. So, let me get to why I was at the cemetery. So, this is me and my cousins. This is my mother's two brothers, their daughters. And we all met up there because we wanted to, embark on this together. This is my cousin Erica. And there she is in front of my grandmother's site. There she is in front of our great grandmother and our great great grandmother. They're buried. The beauty of this is that I did not know. See, I had got them this for temporary so I could find out where they were. But what I learned when we got there today is they had a real marker already. So imagine me standing here looking at this marker on here. My grandmother, my great great grandmother, can't tell me slavery is that far back from us. I don't buy that. She was born in 1817. Her name was Winnie Parks, and she died in 1920. She was over 100 years old. Her great grandson, Thomas Newman, was born in 1927, but died 5 months later in 1928. And then my great grandmother, Georgiana Wheaton, was born in 1867. It changed on here, but she was really born in 1860. And then she died in 1912. So, I went to see them today, and I can't even tell y'all. I'm gonna try to really look at this. Like this is, I went to I went to Eden today to visit them, to make offerings, to just give thanks. That's my cousin right there. Like, look, we found them. This is me at my grandmother's side. We're gonna get her a marker because she does not have one. But I still stood in that place and gave thanks for their lives. There I am, right there with them again. You know, there was Winnie, Thomas, and Georgia. And I don't know about y'all, but I love my ancestors. I'm gonna salute them as many times as I need to, as I can. I can never thank them enough for coming and surviving. This is also, let me say this, these two women here were the women who came up from Virginia, from Fairfax County, up to Pennsylvania, to Philly. So I'm very grateful for them. Get to this next picture. There I am, just kind of saluting them. And there I am. If I multiply, I got a lot. Um, but there I am, just saluting and giving thanks on my knees before them at the cemetery. I give thanks. I give thanks. Here I am. She's buried under a tree. I'm grateful. This is such an old market that some of them are leaning on them, so I'm gonna have to try to fix that. But that's just me. I'm just so excited. Um, and there I, my cousin took these pictures of me. I didn't even know she was taking them there. But I'm just grateful. There I am, right there, just doing work. So this is the Eden Cemetery. That is where my great grandmother won't be. My grandmother. This is the man who wrote, I think We Shall Overcome. Not We Shall Overcome. I can't remember. I can't remember what he wrote, but he wrote a lot of songs. So, but he's buried in the Eden Cemetery as well. So I think that's it. I just really wanted to share with you all this journey. I so give thanks. I so give thanks. My great great grandmother had been dead over 100 years in February, and to be standing at her site, I give thanks. I'm only here because of them, that they survived, that they lived, and I'm so grateful and I'm glad I was able to find their headstones, and we give thanks. Ashe, Ashe.